the good, the bad, the odd. It's one hell of a podcast.
Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad and the Odd with your hosts Mark and Sam. Today we're doing one of our TV episodes and we're covering One Punch Man. Hi Sam.
Hey.
This was your choice. 12 episodes, isn't it? About they come in at 24 minutes, but in fact the end credits go on for ages.
Block, so.
Yeah, I mean, but in fact it's about 20 minutes, isn't it, of watching? Because the last 4 minutes are all end credits. And they are end credit. Apart from the last episode, there is a post-credit sequence that's quite important. They're all like quite long credits. Okay, let's just I'll do the usual, you know. www.The Good, the Bad and the Odd is where you can get us. We're on Stitcher. There's links to Stitcher, Facebook and iTunes and RSS on the website. We're going to play a trailer now for another podcast, and then we're going to get on with talking about One Punch Man.
The United Nations of Horror.
Welcome to the United Nations of Horror,
an international podcast about all things horror.
I just thought it was super tense for 4 episodes, and then it kind of went flat for a few.
A podcast featuring a group of hardcore horror fans.
It was only exacerbated by the murder within the fictional film, which portrayed the slaying of a pregnant woman by a cult. And this was obviously intentionally reminiscent of the murder of pregnant actress Sharon Tate by the Manson cult in 1969.
Yeah, that's pretty hardcore stuff.
It's a podcast about horror.
And so to watch that and just see how influential it was, this little-known film that I knew nothing about, I thought it was really cool. And it still holds up. I mean, I watched this really terrible print on YouTube, and I still really enjoyed it.
Each episode features a main topic.
Happy Black Friday.
That's pretty much what it's about now, right?
Yes.
A horror podcast with a community focus.
Well, hey folks, this is Anthony back with another TV terror entry. This week we're talking Halloween.
It had a short resurrection when the video age started, because horror, sex and violence always worked on tape.
The United Nations of Horror. UNH.
Please check out our website for all the latest podcasts, articles, and reviews. You can find that at unitednationsofhorror.wordpress.com. Also, be sure to join our Facebook group, and that is at facebook.com/group/UN of Horror.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Get on with it.
Okay, do you want to lead the discussion on this? I mean,
okay. Yeah,
they're quite recent, aren't they? I didn't realise. Just looking at it now, 2015, October the 4th, 2015. Now, I've had a few people talking about this show, so I thought it was one of those famous sort of animes that have been around for ages, but they're not at all, are they? They just made an impact.
Yeah.
Really. Like One Punch Man.
Like Saitama himself.
Yes, indeed. Anyway, take the lead. Go ahead.
Okay, so the show itself is about this guy who's a hero for fun, Saitama, the titular One Punch Man. He annihilates anything in a single punch because he's just that strong. He's basically like almost parody of Superman. He does it for because it's good.
He kind of wants a challenge.
Yeah,
as well, which is one of the problems. Sorry, I say a problem for him, but it's kind of part of the real fun of the series.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, he. As a rough sort of overview, the series is basically escalation of force on the side of the villains. So it starts off with there's a dude who levels a city called the Vaccine Man, and Saitama punches him and he explodes. And then there's entire worldwide events, and then there's planetary scale events, and Saitama just beats his way through them. As a whole, it's not really a spoiler to say that Saitama just kills everything.
He just I mean, he doesn't actually get called One Punch Man in the show, does he?
No.
Did he? They don't know what to. They don't give him a name even.
I think he gets in the manga at least, he gets dubbed the Caped Baldy.
Yeah, he doesn't. He gets a bit annoyed when anyone refers to his bald head. Doesn't he?
Yeah.
And we find out how we get a bald head a bit like in I think episode 2, it is.
2 or 3.
Yeah, so it actually starts off with Vaccine Man, doesn't it? And then... Sorry,
it's like this giant purple dude who he gets punched and blows up.
There's some very weird dudes in this.
Yeah.
As we said.
It's surprisingly violent as well.
Well, yeah. I mean, I presume it's not for kids, or is it?
It's like not... It's not really...
It's not
super bloody.
Yeah, it ain't...
Just like punches them and there's like a heart, some intestines just floating in the air for a second.
Yeah, it's not grim like Attack on Titan, though, is
No.
it? It's not that bad.
It's not a case of, the horror. It's just, boom, he's gone.
It's comedy violence.
Yeah.
And then we get like a flashback, don't we? In one of my favourite bits in the whole lot, actually.
Yeah. With the butt-faced kid.
The butt, he's got a chin like an arse. This kid, with no explanation. It's just, just this crab guy who's the bad guy says, "I want the butt-faced kid." You know, he's saying, "I want and that's just his way of identifying this kid that drew nipples on him.
Yeah,
while he was sleeping or something. I didn't quite follow that. But he's got nipples drawn on him on his carapace, as it were.
If you're trying to visualize him, imagine a crab with 2 human legs and polka dot underwear.
Yeah, that's the way. And apparently, this guy became like this because he ate too much crab.
Yeah,
right.
A lot of it's like this. So he's got these permanent nipples drawn on him. Crablanti is about to kill him, and Saitama basically pulls out all his insides with his tie.
Yes,
it's really violent.
It's extreme. He basically. There's a lot of hanging eyeballs and stuff in this show.
Yeah,
actually. And that's how we kind of that's the flashback is. It's not the introduction, but it kind of tells you when it. I think it's his first fight or something.
Yeah, it is. It's the very first time he thought he'd be a hero.
Yeah, and it turns out he's really good at punching.
So he just trains.
I mean, he's not just good at punching; he's like super strong. Like nothing seems to affect him at all.
He's got insane resistance to everything.
Yes, and then. Sorry, go on. I'll keep butting in. Sorry.
No, I don't
go
mind.
Ahead. I'll butt in when I've got something to say.
And eventually it's like he trains himself so hard he loses his hair and he dons the bizarre yellow and red outfit that is his hero costume, which he wears almost all the time. Like, no matter what, he goes to the shop in it.
One of the things he boasts about is he always trains, no matter, even if blood's coming out of his eyes or something. He says something like that. He says, I always train. And I can tell you, it's 100 press-ups, 100 squats, 100 sit-ups, and a 10K run every day, whatever. and he said, after a year and a half, all my hair fell out. That's the effect it had on him. Yeah. And then, but he's explaining this... Well, we're going on a few episodes.
It's a couple of episodes in, but that's the thing. We don't really need to. We only need to say talk about the characters because every episode is some villain turns up, the characters fight it, and then Saitama shows up and punches it.
But he doesn't just show up. He's sometimes he's there for a reason. Sometimes he does just show up.
Yeah.
But it's not like he's saying, "I've come to save you." He's kind of like going, I forgot to buy the lettuce."
Yeah.
And when people say, "I'm a mighty villain, I will destroy this," and he says, I need to get some stuff. You know, in his head, he's just thinking about really one day.
Wait, today's Saturday. That means the sale ends. And then he punches the dude and blows up.
Yeah, runs away. And it's kind of funny that he's kind of really not into this. He's really not buying into the whole I'm a superhero mythos in terms of when they ran at him, he's like taking it really seriously. He's just saying, I need to go. I need a lie-in. And stuff like that. And like he's not really taking it, and it's almost. I mean, we're jumping forward to Kenny. Yes, he takes these superhero exams, but only because he thinks, that'd be a good idea.
He has to make it official that he's a hero. There's the hero organization.
But when they're going on to him, you have to take this seriously. After this, he's like blowing bubble gum and playing with the gum and really not paying attention.
And then he just completely flattens all the exams. So.
Yeah. And there's also
physical ones, but
he's rubbish at the other. So basically, he's a low-class hero because he's really brilliant, like physically, but mentally, he's like he scores 0.
Yeah.
But they figure on an average, he just about makes it.
But back to the first episode, we get the Brain and Bronze brothers.
Biceps King, isn't he?
Yeah.
With the mad scientist brother, kind of.
Yeah. He developed a steroid which turned his bodybuilder brother into this like massive colossus, basically. And Saitama punches him. And then we get a weird bit where mole men attack Saitama that are resistant to his punching.
Yeah, are they?
Yeah. They get knocked away, but they come back.
Oh, that's right. Yes, right. And again, they're ranting about how powerful they are and all this.
But now Saitama's excited because they can have a proper fight. And he's having this big, glorious fight. And then his alarm goes off.
Yes, that's
up.
right. I was confused by this bit. I was thinking, is this a flashback? And then I realised it's a dream. And when he actually goes and confronts them, they all run away, don't
They're
they?
like 2 foot tall and weedy and...
Yeah.
Great.
But their king appears, doesn't he?
The Subterranean King.
There's lots of kings in this.
Yeah. There's the Subterranean King, the Deep Sea King. The Air King's in it briefly, but hey.
Right, so I'll just talk about my because you've seen this before, I haven't.
Yeah.
First episode, really good setup. You have, really good setup. Is this a parody of anime? It kind of feels like it's really pulling on. It's almost meta, and it's taking the anime tropes. If you've seen Dragon Ball Z, you'll kind of recognise the shouty guys boasting about how powerful they are before they start hitting each other, and it's got all of that kind of thing in it, hasn't it? But it's the fact is, One Punch Man is really not concerned. He's kind of bored. I can't quite tell if he's verging on idiocy. I don't think he is. I think he's just not into
he's just
what's
not
going
bothered.
On.
The whole point is he's like gotten so strong that nothing bothers him.
Yeah, and just through this strength training, it turns out he's obviously very apt, and it's obviously had a massive effect on him.
Yeah,
but it kind of it's kind of lethargic almost.
Yeah,
but he can run really fast. He can even fly. In later episodes, he flies.
No, he doesn't fly. He jumps.
Well, all right, but all right. I don't want to.
It's like a thing in anime where people fall slowly.
It definitely looked like he was flying to me at one. All right, okay, we'll get to that when we get to. This is the very end episode, so we'll talk about that. Really enjoyed it, and I have to say I enjoyed it all the way through. I thought it was real fun. It's a really fun show. It's funny, and I even like the little inserts they put between the first and second half, where they kind of recap either the villain or One Punch Man in a little, almost like silhouette thing.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool.
The
really
guitar riffs are pretty cool.
And the guitar riffs, and it just, and some of the lines are really funny. There's also some weird sexual aspects to this, which we'll get onto. There's certainly, well, I'm talking. To be more explicit, there's one. I thought it was a bad guy. It turns out a hero who's really weird because I want to inject you with Angel. Anyway, we'll get into that. But there's a bit of that. I mean, in episode 2, we get the typical anime sort of buxom girl villainess wearing not much. Well, she's wearing more than most, but she it's obviously highly sexualized image.
Yeah.
But she's what's she, mosquito girl or something?
Yeah, she's a giant mosquito woman,
and she controls
has control over mosquitoes.
And they basically suck the blood out of every. They basically, there's one, we see a scene where they evacuate the city, but there's one guy standing around saying, who's looting. He's saying, this is awesome. It goes, who's scared of a few mosquitoes?
And then he gets sucked dry.
He gets completely dry. A whole huge swarm of mosquitoes just surround him, and he's like, I'm desiccated. But is that our first encounter with Genos?
Yeah, Genos the cyborg shows up then. He's like a sort of... He's basically a heat-themed Iron Man. Instead of like pulsars, it's just fire.
He's very cool. He's very cool, actually. And he is like a proper traditional anime hero. But he encounters Saitama, doesn't he? So
and he assumes he's just a regular guy because he shows up in his pajamas.
Yeah. But basically, she has a fight with Genos.
Yeah. And then Saitama just smacks her.
He just smacks her, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a pretty funny bit where he's chasing around a mosquito that he just can't squash.
Yeah, he can't squash it. He keeps clapping. You know, he's like, it lands on his face, he hits it, and it just keeps flying around. And he's like, it gets more and more.
What's best
annoyed.
is he's doing it as like with his with superpowers. He's like smacking, and it like causes a huge gust of wind.
And this is the case where he actually turns up in the middle of the battle just because he's chasing this mosquito, not because he's going there to fight. He's trying to kill this annoying mosquito, and he ends up in the middle of a massive battle.
Yeah. And he smacks her. Then Genos proclaims himself Saitama's disciple.
And he keeps calling him sensei. He says, no, don't call me that. And then Genos sits and gives a really anime explanation of his background, you know, barking out. And we see, like... Saitama getting bored.
Down to like 5 lines.
Yeah, he gets bored. He gets more and more bored. You can sort of see like he's starting to fall asleep, and then he gets annoyed.
Yeah,
for being so long.
What I like best is they like slowly rev up the speed of Genos' speech.
Yeah.
So like he's like talking. It's like, well, once way in the past, I decided to. It's just like ridiculous gibberish by the end of it.
Yeah.
And Saitama's so annoyed by it.
Yeah. But then there's another massive attack. Now I'm trying to think this through. Isn't there like an armoured gorilla or something?
Yeah, there's a gorilla, there's a lion man, there's an armadillo, there's a snail and a slug.
A snail and a slug talking. Yeah. That was weird.
Yeah. they're all mutants made by this guy called Dr. Genus.
Yeah.
But they attack, and Saitama plays it really creepy, this one, when he punches the lion guy. The armadillo tries to dig away, and as he's digging, he just comes across Saitama's face.
Hi there, where you going? Or something like that.
Yeah, and then Saitama just punches him.
This one has the great line where he has to feed... Who's the number one mutant? Is it the lion?
No, the lion is number 2.
Number 2. And then you see him fighting off, but you don't see it resolve, and then the gorilla says, I'm number 3. There's no way you'll ever be number 2. And Saitama just holds up a hanging eyeball and says, you mean this guy? Oh, dear. And then, I mean, this kind of merges into episode 3, doesn't it? It goes on into... Then they go find the base.
They find the base of these guys called the House of Evolution.
The House of Evolution.
A bit of backstory of the guy that's making all these mutants, Dr. Genus, who's like a scientist who reversed his aging somehow and then cloned himself a bunch.
Yeah, and basically he's made all these mad monsters, but number 1's completely berserk.
Yeah, Carnage Kabuto.
Now, is this the one where Saitama, there's a huge building and Saitama just blasts it out of existence?
Genos blasts
Sorry,
it away.
Genos blasts.
Yeah.
And then Saitama goes, oh, that was a bit rude. It's kind of like that. It's like, I wanted to see that. I wanted to see if there was a challenge.
That looked cool.
Yeah, why'd you do that? It's kind of thing like that. And he's not angry. He's just like, why'd you do that?
Yeah. And then the evil doctor unleashes Carnage Kabuto on them.
Yeah.
Punches Genos about a bit. And then...
You've mentioned it already, but also in the middle of this fight with the gorilla, he actually, Saitama sort of speeds up because there's a Ceylon. And so he kind of takes everyone out because he wants to get to this cell. Because he thinks he wants to make it. That was kind of fun.
And then he misses it because of the fight with Carnage Kabuto.
Yeah.
Great.
He has this massive fight with this Kabuto thing, and
punches it.
And again, he keeps thinking. And then it's one of those. There's a scene where sort of isn't that the scene where Genos says, "Tell us your secret. Tell us how you got
tell us
like
your
this."
secret, and he goes, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats,
10k run. No matter if I felt like it or not, I always did it until my hair fell out. So he's done that for 3 years, and then Genos goes mad. He goes, "That's just normal strength training. It's not even extreme strength training. That's just normal strength training. How did you get like this? Because that's how I did it. And later on, you sort of see Saitama trying to think up things to tell him.
Yeah.
Just to keep him, like, to make him... Because he obviously just doesn't believe he's just done this training. So he's trying to think of things like different philosophies, you know, and he starts spouting a bit of nonsense just to keep Genos off his back. It's kind of funny.
There's a great bit, like, further on in the manga where he goes to, like, a dojo in the middle of nowhere to learn, like, ancient philosophies, just so he can repeat it to Genos.
That'd be kind of cool. Is it good? Have you read it?
Yeah, it gets really good. So something you notice really quickly is, like, most of the heroes are complete shams who happen to have been there while Saitama was doing this thing.
There is a lot of Saitama doing stuff, and as soon as he's done it, like, people are really terrified and the world's about to end. Saitama saves them, and it's like, oh, it can't have been that strong anyway, or he must have cheated. Everyone disbelieves that he's a real hero, whatever he does. Yeah. Apart from a couple of the real heroes, they actually... I mean, what's his name? Silver Fang?
Yeah.
The old guy, right at the end. He knows, for example.
Yeah, but there's, like some of the top heroes, like King, the scary scarred dude.
Yeah.
This appears in a few. He's got no powers. Right. He's just a regular guy. And he just happens to have been there whenever Saitama, like, flattens a colossus or some giant monster. And everyone's just attributed to him because he looks scary.
Right.
He's just some nerd that likes playing games, and he just happens to have been there.
Right, so in the next one, I think number 4, we get, like, villains that are almost as goofy as Saitama. They're almost Hammerhead. Like a parody, a Hammerhead, but basically they're all bald. They're called the Paradises, and essentially they just don't want to work.
Yeah.
But they're saying people that want to work should work, and if you don't want to work, you shouldn't have to, and all this. But basically, they're lazy. But they've kind of got these special suits, haven't they? And they've shaved their heads.
Power armor.
And they're all bald, which, you know, brings up some comedy bald jokes and moments.
Yeah.
And it also means that Saitama is...
Saitama's a suspect.
Suspect as being part of these Paradises as well. So they decide to destroy a building belonging to some business guy and absolutely wreck it, and then they realise it's the wrong building. So, you know, it's comedy.
And then we get introduced to Speeder Sound Sonic, who's one of my favourite characters.
He's kind of cool. I also really like Moomin Rider.
Yeah, Moomin Rider is my favourite character.
He's just
a cyclist.
And his moves are throwing his bike at people. That's it.
And running up and punching them. And trying a rugby tackle one time.
And he's kind of... Is he a Class C hero?
He's Class C.
Class C hero.
So, yeah, he's like proper bottom of the pile.
Yeah, he just stops purse snatches and things like that. That's what he does. Hammer, you know, he gets kind of punched out
by Hammerhead. Then Saitama shows up and punches Hammerhead's armor so hard it explodes.
Yeah.
But leaves Hammerhead unharmed.
Yes. So Sonic kind of takes them all out, doesn't he?
Yeah. He takes them all out, and then he fights Saitama, which is one of the funnier bits of the show.
He says, "You've stopped 2 of my moves, so I can't let you live." And so Saitama's like picking his nose.
Yeah. And then he does this great bit where he's like zipping about him, and he comes to attack Saitama from behind. And like mid-swing, Saitama turns and looks at him and goes, yoink, and just like lifts his fist casually.
Yeah.
And Sonic just hits it straight with his crotch.
Oh. Yeah, it's funny. This is fun. There's some... Is there a whole... Yeah, it gets to... There's a serious business bit in this where Hammerhead creates like this run where a Speeder Sound Sonic has to run. You know, the only way to get to him is via this direct run with rocks either side. So it's kind of a trap, but... He doesn't care, does he, Sonic? He still does it anyway.
No, he's fast enough to get past it.
Yeah, and the guy tries to drop a tree on it, basically. Yeah. It's kind of fun. Saitama still, takes... Basically, Saitama kind of get... Doesn't Saitama get him? I can't remember now. Saitama gets him. Doesn't he punch his suit off or something?
He punches Hammerhead's suit off, yeah. But he basically tells him to go get a job.
Yeah, go get a job. And he goes... He's a bit peeved because no one kind of recognises he's a hero.
Yeah. And then we find out there's the hero. The hero
registry. Hero registry. So, well, actually, I just remembered Hammerhead actually only survives because he's got a super thick skull at one point as well. He talks about it being thicker.
Yeah.
So basically, both Saitama and Genos, Genos the cyborg, decide to go to the hero testing thing to register. And they do these tests, and Genos passes with flying colours, doesn't he? He gets
Genos gets an S, and Saitama gets a C.
So S is the best. It's really odd. There's S and there's A, B,
it's
C.
C, B, A, then S.
S is special.
Yeah.
And Saitama gets a C rank, and he's like C number 342. Whereas did I actually say what is in the S? They don't say, because they all got numbers of rank.
No, I think there's only like a few S people.
Right, okay. So. But the C class definitely get ranked. And I think some of the others do. But Saitama's really at the bottom of the pile. And also the C class has to do like...
they have a set amount of jobs they have to do
a week. They have to meet their quota. Once you're above C, you don't have to do weekly quotas anymore. So for that reason, Saitama doesn't want to be a C because he doesn't want the hassle of having to meet a rota. So he's running around. I think I'm getting ahead of myself. There was a bit where he runs around the city trying to find jobs, but then he gets accused of being dodgy because he's running around the city.
And then like a higher ranking hero comes and like muscles up to him.
Is this the Tank Top Tiger?
Yeah, this is Tank Top Tiger.
Isn't there a couple of Tank Top guys?
Yeah, but his brother shows up in a later episode.
Okay, so we have Tank Top Tiger. Yeah. Sorry, take it away.
And then I can't actually remember what happens with the rest of the episode, but Genos meets an A-rank hero called Amai Mask. He's an absolute douche.
Is he the one that is like on the TV star?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got to think of his media presence, hasn't he?
Yeah.
His image kind of thing. Yeah, he's a douche. Yeah.
But we also get a brief bit of a monster moving into Saitama's area, and the hero registry sending in a couple of C ranks or B ranks.
Yeah, is this the seaweed thing?
Yeah, the seaweed monster. Yeah, I love it. It's brilliant what Saitama does to this one.
It is funny.
He just punches it and then takes its seaweed hair.
Well, it doesn't even do that. He says there's a massive fire and he takes out the heroes. And Saitama's just walking back from the market, and just as he encounters, he thinks, "Oh, I forgot to get something like cabbage or something." Yeah, seaweed. And he encounters this thing, and he's looking up at the tentacles all around it. And next cuts to him boiling up seaweed. Yeah. So he obviously ripped it off this monster just to eat.
And he's got this huge box next to him, full of it. It's brilliant.
And he says, "Oh, they had a sow." He says to Genos. There's also this bit where Genos is really studying him, and because Saitama's just lazing around picking his nose and reading comic books.
Yeah.
And he's trying to study his methods, but he's just sitting around reading comic books.
Yeah.
So he doesn't understand it. And basically Saitama's having trouble getting action to fill his quota because there's so many C-class heroes. And isn't there one bit where he's having a fight, he's thinking, "Oh, I've got to find a good person to fight." In the middle of the fight, he's thinking, where can I find this person to fight?
That's because Speed of Sound Sonic shows back up.
Okay.
And he's like, "Well, what can I do?" Because he doesn't even think Speed of Sound Sonic's a villain. That's how above it all he is. He just
that's
just
right.
Some dude. There's a great bit where he's like, "I see that incorrigible smile on your face," and it's like this terrifying grin.
Because we see Sonic like preparing for an attack, and Saitama can see
Sonic's
him.
just like wandering about. He's like out shopping, and then he runs into Saitama.
Doesn't he start throwing like ninja stars and stuff? Explosives. That's it. Yeah. Blowing up the city, and again, Saitama doesn't realise he's a bad guy.
Yeah,
it's like weird. Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and then the next episode is a meteor comes to strike the city, which will destroy the planet, basically.
Yeah,
it's big enough to do that.
And quite a lot of heroes turn up for this. Certainly the S-class heroes.
It's Genos takes a shot at it with a boosted power. A guy called Metal Knight, who's basically Iron Man but with more robots, shows up and takes a shot. But just to test his weapons. He doesn't really care if the city gets flattened or not.
Okay.
But yeah, in the end, Saitama just jumps up and punches it and blows it up.
And he gets immediately ranked from 342 to 5th or something like that. And he's going, what? That's crazy.
Yeah.
And they said, and then Jenna says, well, I think you might have even gone to the A, but no one can quite believe you did it on your own, or something like that. He basically says they think the other heroes may have weakened it.
Yeah.
And Saitama's a bit peeved about it.
Yeah. But hey, he's now 5th.
Well, he's 5th now, yeah. So we get some more tank top action, don't we?
Because Tank Top Tiger and Tank Top Black Hole.
Black Hole, right.
Come and they basically start blaming the destruction of the city because bits of the meteor still got through on Saitama.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care. He just punches them into the sky.
Yeah. And every time they try and punch him, it kind of they hurt themselves and stuff like that. And again, whenever he does anything, people kind of going, oh, well, it can't have been that hard if he did it. Isn't he? And they start saying, he's a cheat, isn't he?
Yeah.
So
what I like is that in this point, he just goes, I don't care.
Yeah.
So I just do this because I do it.
So that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Now, Genos obviously realises Saitama was really good at his start. You know, he knew it kind of from the beginning, but he kind of knows more. And then we get into the sea monster stuff.
Yeah. I like the sea monster arc because it shows you just how useless the heroes are.
Yeah, the sea folk.
Something that,
Is it a clan of the sea folk or something like that?
The deep sea I can't remember. Basically, there's a load of different organizations,
monster
clans of monsters. So we've seen the Underground King, who was the mole guy in the first episode, and here is the Deep Sea King, who's actually a decent fighter.
Yeah, there's also a guy that turns up. Well, it's one of the ones you mentioned, but I can't remember which one. He's got like a weapon that's like a drill on a spear.
Oh,
is that this one or have I got
Stinger? Yeah,
that's kind of cool. There's a big ass fight in this one, really. Sea King's pretty powerful.
Yeah, he's basically a villainous equivalent of Saitama.
He's really weird, this one. He's got hearts on his chest, isn't he? Or is it on his cheeks?
On his cheeks.
And his face keeps changing. He goes.
That's supposed to be like a French nobility sort of thing.
Okay.
Like pompadour sort of thing.
I see, yeah, I could kind of see that. And his face kind of changes from slightly humanoid to lizardy and back.
Yeah.
It's very odd. And he's got razor teeth and stuff like that.
Yeah. But he comes and he trashes all the heroes and he's slowly making his way through the city.
And unfortunately, isn't it Saitama... Moomin Rider. Doesn't Moomin Rider
Moomin Rider is on his way, but he and Saitama meet up, and so he gives Saitama a lift.
Yes, because isn't Sonic involved as well?
Yeah, Speed of Sound Sonic, because there was like a prisoner transfer at the time.
Okay.
Or it was either that or the Deep Sea King cracked open a prison.
Right, okay.
And loads of people got out. So Speed of Sound Sonic's running about in the middle of this. Puri Prisoner is a thing.
And essentially, the Hero Association is trying to figure out what to do, and Genos takes him on, doesn't he?
Genos goes straight there because he's that fast.
Yeah, and there's a big fight, but he kind of gets ripped to pieces, but he's still alive. But
he gets both his arms blown off, and most of his face gets.
Yeah,
ripped.
I mean, his head's still on his chest and spine.
Yeah,
robots. You know, the robot. Most of the robot bits of him are gone.
And he's
kind of just lying there.
Yeah.
And then finally, Saitama and
shows up.
Turn up. Don't they?
Moomin Rider is the best in this episode because he sees all these people stuck in a chamber and he just throws himself at the villain. Just give them time to run away. And they just stand there.
And he even says, "I've got no chance. I can't possibly be this one." And it's going.
And then he chucks his bike at it. So.
Yeah, and the Sea King saying, "Oh, a tasty morsel," and all this.
Yeah. There was a brief bit I thought that the Sea King had ripped his arm off.
It did look like that, I think.
He grabs him and then just starts whacking him into the ground by his arm. And then he, on like an upswing, he like brings his hand back down and there's nothing there.
Oh.
And it's like, oh God, did he rip off his arm? No, it's just his sleeve.
And so the Sea King, it's basically Saitama and the Sea King left. The Sea King starts this massive attack to prep it. And it's kind of funny. It's in the rain, and it's like massive attack coming, and then Saitama takes a swing, and I don't even think he does a powerful punch. He punches him.
He punches him, and it blows away the storm.
And the storm blows away. That really made me laugh. And the sun comes out, and and all the crowds are like cheering, and then one guy goes, "Oh, it can't have been that tough. Look at all these heroes." And they can't, why were they called heroes? They didn't do anything. They don't deserve to be called heroes. And there's these people going, "Shut up." And all this. And Saitama's going, "Oh," he says out loud, he says, maybe the other guys weakened him and made me look good. I can take all the credit.
Yeah.
And he turns around and looks at the crowd and goes, "I'm going to punch anyone who doesn't," who tells that, or something like that. It's kind of good.
Yeah. He basically hams up that he's just a glory hog.
Yeah. And then the Hero Association called him in to give him an interview to get him promoted. Yeah. And he goes along again. He doesn't care.
He turns up in shorts and an open Hawaiian shirt.
Sits across the chair instead of in it. And they're kind of trying to interview him. Then we see the douchebag hero kind of get involved a bit by saying, "I've got to think of the image," and all this.
Yeah.
And then we get the weird gay guy with the weird hair. And
Puri Prisoner. Yeah.
And has he got hearts on his nipples as well, or is it on his?
No.
Cheeks, yeah. But he keeps going on about he wants to give people angel shots or something like that. It's really creepy, creepy.
This is while they're in hospital, so they're all like...
Oh, yeah. It was the tank... Was it the Tank Top twins?
Yeah, the Tank Top twins and a couple of other...
Yeah, because they were wrapped in bandages. I couldn't quite recognise them. But,
Yeah.
But they run away as soon as they see this. Don't blame them either.
Yeah.
And then... Saitama's on the way home and he's hungry and he sees a restaurant. He goes in and he encounters Moomin Rider, buys him dinner in effect, and then cycles him home, which is kind of cool. And then there's this big meeting at the. They have to go to this big meeting of Hero, and some psychic that worked for the organisation died, but just as she swallowed, because how did she die? Was it she swallowed a cough drop or something. Went down the wrong aisle. But basically she said the earth is doomed was her warning or something like that. Protect the earth, something like that. I can't remember what it was. And just as they read it, a massive spaceship turns up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, but no, it doesn't. First, we see a thing
as they read it out to the heroes who have assembled later.
Yeah,
the spaceship shows up.
That's right. But first, we see a really bizarre thing where they're like this flying. No, we see like a Godzilla thing, don't we?
Yeah, the Terror Lizard Clan.
So you think the whole episode is going to be about this?
But then Tatsumaki, who's an S-rank hero, shows up.
She's called Tornado, right? Tornado.
Yeah, Tatsumaki.
Yeah. Okay, and she just flattens it.
Yeah.
And she says something, I can't remember. She says a funny line like, leave it another 65 million years. Because this thing's going about being king of the dinosaurs and all this.
Yeah.
And so, okay, this episode isn't about that. Then we see a load of flying guys who are like the kings of the air.
Yeah. And then they get
sliced in half.
They get sliced in half by an alien from the ship.
Yeah, so then it's the alien. And this is pretty much the alien fight until the end, mostly, wouldn't you say? I mean, that's the last 3 or 4 episodes. And it's kind of cool. These aliens like a shape-shifting... Well, no, they're all different, aren't they?
Identities inside one shape-shifting body.
Yeah. And there's another character who's got like one eye in the middle of his head. And
oh, yeah, Boros. Boros is the head of everything. He runs it.
But, I mean, the hero's got no chance against this thing. They hit it, slice it up, it just it regenerates.
It's the T-1000 basically.
Yeah, it can survive anything. So they're having a right old time. It's kind of fun. It got a bit too serious for me at this. I mean, I liked it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, because it
was way more serious than the rest of it. It felt like traditional anime, you know?
Yeah,
it was just fighting.
Because there was like Moomin Rider and a load of C-class heroes driving around in an APC trying to rescue people, trapped in rubble. And while there's like samurai and toddlers fighting this blob monster.
And it was very typical anime in that the motivations for the bad guys was we want to see how good we are at fighting, not we want to steal this or we want to do that. It was just I want to try how good I am at fighting. Is kind of the vibe.
Yeah.
And anyway, there's massive fights, and
And then, I love this. This episode has my favorite bit where Boris is explaining this like long and complicated prophecy that a Cthulhu-looking alien gave him about how there was like the one true fight will be on this planet, and he has to come here to prove himself and everything. And Saitama just stood there like, cool,
right,
okay. And then they start fighting.
And he punches out the ship pretty much, doesn't he?
Yeah,
this is the bit where I look to me was just flying around.
Yeah, because they like launch off stuff a lot. They just end up flying. So
yeah, so there's a big old fight. There's some weird stuff at the end involving like the politics of the Hero Clan or whatever it is. The
Hero Association.
I kind of like some of the cool stuff. I like the Metal Knight stuff. Yeah. That was pretty cool. I liked his outfit, and like his helmet got crushed, but he actually jumped out of his helmet just before it got crushed. That was kind of cool. And we do get whole cities being wiped off the map, don't we? I think City Z gets wiped off
basically,
the map.
the ship stands above them and just fires all of its guns down.
Yeah.
And then Tatsumaki takes care of the ship, and Saitama, after being punched into space and jumping his way back...
Yeah.
He
goes to the moon or something.
Yeah, he gets punched to the moon. Yeah. And then, like, after briefly testing how the gravity works, he just jumps back.
Yeah. And then basically everything's being rebuilt, and we get the credits, but then we get a final post-credit sequence with Saitama. What is it? It's like
it's a giant stitched together pig monster.
Yeah, it's really weird, wasn't it? It was like wasn't it King of Hell?
Yeah, Pluton, King of Hell.
Yeah, massive thing.
Geno shows up and goes like, "Oh, don't worry, we're just a hero for hire showing up." And then Saitama appears and punches it out, and it blows up in this huge shower of gore.
And it's
and his disciple.
Yeah, and it kind of goes, ugh.
Yeah,
I'm
back
challenges.
to using one punch, because against Boros he used two.
Okay. Yeah, he was happier because he had to use two.
He busted out the Serious series as well.
Oh yes, he does say now I have to use a serious punch, doesn't he?
Yeah.
In the one with Boris, that was kind of funny. After all,
he starts using the Serious series more and more, but it's still just he hits them and they die.
Yeah. Overall, I really like this. I'm glad you suggested it. I enjoyed
it's a really fun show.
A lot. I really did enjoy it a lot. I think I prefer it to things like Attack on Titan, to be honest.
Yeah. Comedy anime tends to, like, if it gets it right, it does it really well.
Yeah, I did watch one episode where it was the Wasp Woman episode. I thought, oh, blimey, here we go. We're getting magic flying schoolgirls now again. But there wasn't much of that. That was about it, really. Even Tornado, who was, an anime heroine, as it were, it wasn't sexualized. It was only the Wasp Woman that was. Because I find that a bit tiresome. I found it, with Gurren Lagann, I found it a bit much.
Yeah.
I like Gurren Lagann, but that was okay. But I enjoyed this a lot. It was kind of violent. I think any 10-year-old would be able to handle this just fine and enjoy it a lot, though. That kind of age range, I think. It's really cool that it's not even that old. I think the last episode aired in December 2015, so it's not that old at all.
Yeah.
Do you know if any more series
are still
coming?
like putting out like one-offs?
Are they?
Since
I can see the list on
every month or so.
Yeah, I might catch up with some of those sometime. But I did enjoy it. I mean, overall, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. I'll tell you it's that good.
I'd say 9, but
yeah. I think I could see myself rewatching it sometime. And like I say, it was on my radar. Apart from you talking about it, people at work have talked about it, so it's kind of And there's people that like anime, so it's kind of... In fact, there's one guy where it's kind of funny. He's always going, One Punch!
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is funny. I don't know what he's talking about now. So rather good. I'd recommend it. So nice suggestion, nice pick.
Yeah.
Okay, so next week we'll be back to our normal one film. We haven't decided what it is yet, but we'll get to that. I'm trying to remember, what did we do last week?
RoboCop.
So it's probably your suggestion next week. Yeah. And I think the end of next month, we're thinking for our TV, we're thinking about doing half of the Kolchak series, probably the two TV films he did in the first 8 episodes of a 20-episode run, so it's quite a lot. So we'll probably be doing that at the end of next month for our TV slot. But next week we'll be doing a What We Watch section, and we'll be getting back to a movie. So you're cool there, Sam. All right then. So we'll wind up there. Bye from me.
Bye.